morning everybody, hope we're all well and welcome back to another event vlog. That's right, another event vlog. It's been a long time coming, hasn't it? I think I've only been eventing twice since the start of May and I've not been in over a month, because if you watched my last non-event vlog, you'll know we didn't actually make it round to competing at Farley Hall because Ashley had a bit of a cut under his eye. He's completely fine, but so close to lots of champs and stuff that we're aiming for, I didn't want to risk it. But today is very exciting for many reasons, because we're going to Barbury Castle to go and event Atty in the novice class. I've never evented at Barbury before, which is pretty exciting because it's kind of known as like one of the big B events. You know, we've got Burley, we've got Badminton, we've got Bramham, we've got Barbury, so I'm so buzzing to go and compete there in front of the castle on Barbury soil. Super exciting. They've had some seriously big competitions there before. You know, they've had the Event Rider Masters, they're trialling the new Novice Masters series, they've got a 4-star there this weekend. So yeah, I'm very excited because I think the atmosphere is going to be amazing. There's spectators slowly being allowed back in post-COVID, so I think it's going to be a good atmosphere, which is one thing I'm excited about. Second of all, it's the first event I've ever competed at that has a live stream. So there's no point me plugging it, guys, and telling you where to watch it, because obviously by the time this vlog goes out, you're already going to have missed it. But there's a live stream for Horse and Country members, so I'm super excited about that because I always wanted to be on a live stream before. Who knows, maybe they won't catch any of me, but we can keep our fingers crossed. Yeah, so basically we've had 3 days of competition at Barbury. Today is the 3rd and final day, and we're right at the end of the day in the afternoon. Now, it's July, so that should not be a problem, but if I pan around, I don't know if you can see how misty it is, guys. This pretty much sets the scene for what the weather has been like for the past 3-4 weeks. We've not had a British summertime at all. It's been rainy, it's been miserable. It's not been particularly cold, to be honest, but it's just everywhere's muddy and churned up and not very nice because we haven't had that like dry weather that we need for the ground. So if it was day 1, I'd be feeling pretty confident, like this is perfect ground, it's going to be nice and soft. But because it's day 3 and there have been novice classes that have run on every single day, and on Friday it rained pretty much all day, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what the ground looks like. I'm not feeling too optimistic. I did have a quick glance at yesterday's live stream, and there was certainly a couple of bits on the course, a couple of bits with the trickier questions as well, that looked a little bit churned up. So I'm hoping that that hasn't got any worse, because this is our last run before Bishop's Burton 2-star long, the under-21 class that I keep talking about, that I'm so excited for. It's going to be a big challenge for Atty and I. So we're going to Barbury today really for a confidence-giving run. You know, it's not about going inside the time, it's not about coming home with a rosette, it's about getting that confidence that we need before we go and tackle what will be our longest and hardest course to date. So yeah, hoping for lots of positives, hoping to stay dry, but we're going to have to see because I honestly have no idea, and I'll bring you along with me. Let's go! This is what I call multitasking, plaiting and eating my breakfast very loudly. Atty is all plaited up. I'm not going to show you too closely because they aren't great, but he was super easy because he literally has not moved his head the entire time. He's just been eating. And I did also re-pull his tail, which, I'm not going to lie, I'm actually not too angry about. Like, maybe don't look at it too closely, but from a distance, it's not too bad, as long as you yeah, hide that bit. That was not great. But the rest of it, it's not too bad. I'm going to do my best one-handed loading vlogging. I don't know if it's going to work. I'm going to try it. Come on, Atty. Good boy. Nice and easy. We're ready to go. You ready, Atty? We're going to Barbury. That's where some of the eventing greats go. Yeah? And Atty. No, he is one of the eventing greats. So we are en route. We've been driving for maybe 3 or 4 minutes and I've made my first mistake of the day, guys. I forgot to print out the printable numbers that you need to take with you, you know, since COVID. I think I've spoken about all that before. And Barbury are super strict. They have something on their website saying only the printout numbers are acceptable, you know, so I can't even do my plan B, which is just to take one of these permanent markers that I conveniently have lying around and just scribble on my numbers. So I've had to phone up my dad and ask him if he'll print them out for me and run them down the hill. I'm having to take a longer route, like to Barbury, that goes via home from the yard. So fingers crossed he's there with the numbers, otherwise we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. But yeah, as you can imagine, Mum is overjoyed by that. The day's got to a good start. Here is the moment of truth. Is he going to be waiting around this corner? Oh, there he is, the absolute hero. I don't think he's going to be too happy about it, considering it was going to be his lion day. You're the best, thank you. There you go, panic over, number secured. That really was like a flying number fetch, wasn't it? Yeah, the lorry didn't even come to a standstill. What a hero. Shout out Paul if you ever watched this vlog, you're the best. Patty here is a little bit confused because we've only been on the road about half an hour and we've stopped. Oh, he's got shy. I'm about to admit something very embarrassing to you all. Okay, so as if me playing silly buggers with my number earlier wasn't enough, I've had a slight breakdown because we got halfway down the M4 and I suddenly realised I don't have my tag. Yeah, how does that happen? How do I forget to pack the most important thing that I need for an event? Didn't put it in, got halfway down the M4 and suddenly had this realisation, quickly followed by a mental breakdown, that I do not have my tag. Not a dressage saddle, not a jump saddle, not a bridle. I don't know how I forgot to put it in. It's like literally the most important thing. Oh, Atty's just found out. He's not looking too pleased. Have you opened that door? So yeah, I was like panicking because I was convinced this was it. We weren't going to mess with an event, and obviously if you don't event here, we can't really do Bishop's Burton because I've had one run since the start of June. Thank God, the whole saving grace of this whole thing is that for once we were walking the course on the day ahead of my dressage, not the day before, so I put in enough time to walk the cross-country course, which means I have about an hour and a half to play with my amazing dad. He's bailing me out for the second time. He's not horsey, he's probably going to be very angry, but he is going to bring my tag to Reading Services, which is like halfway up the M4, halfway between home and Barbury. Yeah. I'm really embarrassed. I don't know how I've done this. I'm all over the place clearly. I've got my number. Someone didn't pack my tag. Atty's pretty peed off with me. That face says it all. And then I'm going to have to absolutely leg it around the cross-country course ahead of my show jumping because I do have like a bit of a window in there. So yeah, it's been a bit emotional. It was not the start to the day that I was hoping, but this run is so important before Bishop's Burton. So I was really panicking, thinking we weren't going to get it in. Thank God, I think my dad is going to bail me out. I am so lucky. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to stop. I'm going to get a coffee because we're going to be here for a while. Just sat at the services. I'm going to try and not think about what an idiot I am. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. This is where the tag should be. Empty. Right, let's rate my I'm really sorry I've made you drive so far gifts for my father. Costa, because there was no available Starbucks. I'm just as disappointed about that as you guys. And some Percy Pigs, because hopefully that will win him back in my favour, even though he's just driven probably like an hour and a half round trip for me, if not more. Atty's in the back, going to close it up and hopefully get going. I've had a coffee and I'm feeling slightly less stupid, but yeah, hopefully it's plain sailing from here on in. Normality is restored. This is what a tack log is meant to look like. I owe my dad $1 million. Whew, stressful, but hopefully it's over now. There is the hero himself. You can see the car at the back window. I'm not sure you can, but he came all the way to the HGV bit just to help us out. So yeah, very grateful, and hopefully that is the drama for the day over. Let's go and compete. Right, so I thought I'd probably join you in the lorry and tell you a little about what's going on for the day, but obviously you've already witnessed the stress that has been today, so I shan't keep you for too long because you're probably bored of seeing me stressed. But we are driving through the beautiful countryside. We're not too far away from Barbury now. I think we're about 10 miles, and I thought I'd very briefly chat a little bit about what's going on today because I'm not actually feeling too stressed. I think I've got all my stress out of my system with forgetting various bits of very important kit, and now I'm just focusing on the competition. Perhaps it's because I haven't walked the cross-country course yet, so I'm not feeling too terrified, so I don't know what I'm actually jumping, what I'm actually up against. But the plan for today really is about having a confidence-giving, good final run ahead of Bishop's Burton. That's the main plan. I'm not too worried about making the time. I'm not too worried about, you know, like, I mean, our dressage is never really going to be super competitive anyway, is it? But for me, the main thing is just to go out, have fun, and like get our confidence up to the highest possible point it could be, because we've had a really good season so far, and we've got a big question ahead of us. So that's basically the aim for the day, is have fun, be confident, be happy, make it home in time for football, because it's the day that the day that I'm filming this is the final of the World Cup, and we've got pretty late times, which, although it saved us today with attack, does mean that we're going to be rushing home a little bit for football. Anyway, I never thought I'd say that sentence, rushing home for football. Yeah, so we're not a million miles off. I'll obviously show you the beautiful site that is Barbury as we arrive, because it is, we've never been, but I've seen so many photos and so many videos. It is a venue like no other. The beautiful rolling hills of Barbury. I'm so excited. So we're going to arrive, and I'm obviously going to be a little bit stressed because we're a little bit pushed for time, but it's actually not too bad. I'm going to try and run around the show jump course if I can, or at least go and have a look at it to get my eye in, and then do dressage and run around the cross country. We'll see you in a bit. Just as I was thinking this journey couldn't get any more stressful, Mum's had a little bit of a mental breakdown about a road closed and a diversion, so I had to get out to make sure it's not too narrow. Now I don't know where she is. Love this vlog, it's going so well, isn't it? We've arrived. You can see it all in the distance. Also, it looks like Barbury has a race course. That's a fun fact for you all. I didn't know that. And look at the beautiful hills. Atty, you've got some fun ahead of you, buddy. Here is all of the Pony Club show jumping, which is also going on at Barbury. But we're heading down to the Big Boys Lorry Park, where all the eventing is. Here you go, here's some perspective, some cross-country jumps all the way down there. It's a big old site. Look, you see Stonehenge in the distance. And we've just arrived to an ambulance and an air ambulance driving off course, so a little bit worrying. Hopefully everyone's okay. Okay, we've arrived, stress averted. What a morning. It literally feels like all the stress has gone already, like the day has been so stressful, and yet we haven't even started, but we're here. I'm gonna get Atty out, do a stud, and I don't know how much footage there'll be before I get on, because yeah, we're a little bit pressed for time, but got beautiful Barbury behind me. Oh, what a morning. Just look how many spectators there are. Oh. I am with the handsome man himself. He's decided to be camera shy now. Got a lovely Treehouse Sporting Colours dressage saddle pad on. He's got his bridle on. Take off his boots, his studs are done. Are you going to say it to camera? Atty? No, he's playing hard to get. He's annoyed with how much standing around he's had to do because we're forgetting things today, which is fair enough. It's been a little bit touch and go whether we actually get to this point in the vlog, and I think stress has been the main word that I've used, but we're here. I'm ready, and I'm actually running about 10-15 minutes early. Would you believe it? Okay, yeah, we haven't walked the cross-country course, which I was meant to have done by this point, but given everything, I'm going to go out on a whim. So what I'm going to go do is try and run down and have a look at the show jumping, because that will really alleviate some pressure later on in the day. Trying to panic too much, hopefully be back in good time and get on and do dressage. Final update from me pre-dressage, ready to go. Trying out my new Equator gloves today, so I'll let you know what I think of those. I've been really excited to try these out, and I wanted to save it for a vlog. So that's what's going to happen today. Yeah, wish me luck. Let's go.
Drunk, I've never seen you clearer than now. We're flying high, floating somewhere up in the clouds. We're going out of ourselves, can you feel it? Almost like I don't know if it's real, cause when we're doing our thing, we're like wheels that won't stop turning. So take me on a trip, now, trip. Oh, flick that switch, kill the lights. Oh, wasted. City lights are shining so bright. All these empty faces, we don't care about them tonight. We're going out of ourselves, can you feel it? Almost like I don't know if it's real, cause when we're doing our thing, we're the wheels that won't stop turning. I know we're acting stupid.
montage is done, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't that happy with it. I thought the first part was bad. I thought it got better in the middle for the second trot and the first canter, and then worse towards the end, but such it is, it's just life, isn't it? I was canting round for a long time before I went in, sorry, trotting round. My mind's a bit scrambled. I've now got an hour to go and run around the cross-country course. I need to get back on to go and do the show jumping. Apparently it's all running a little bit behind because there was a serious accident earlier, which is obviously why we saw the ambulance and the air ambulance. So yeah, gonna go run around it, find out what the scoop is, whether the show jump is running to time, and I'll try and take you along, but probably not much chatting, so I'm gonna be out of breath. Got 5 minutes till the novice cross country starts, so I'm going to try and get out and walk what I can before the horses are in the course. And either choose that one or go around to that one, which less people have done. I prefer that line better. It's definitely one to steady up down here because you've got a big old slope to this one. This is going to be a big question. There is nothing to aim at that corner, but hopefully it'll be alright. Stressing now. I'm going to walk the show jumping. This is what I look like. We're trekking back over to Lorry Park. Cross country is got some serious questions. There are some big questions that are going to be asked, so I'm hoping we're going to be okay. The sound was being a bit funny with the commentary in the background, so I decided to wait till I'm back. But here's what we are. Cross country, challenging, some serious big questions. You basically don't get much of a break from about fence 6 to maybe like fence 14, 15. Even the let-up fences are all on a slope or at a funny angle. There's something about every single one of them. But that's what Barbary is, and if we get around it clear, I'll be buzzing because it will be a really great confidence round. So I'm going to put that to one side for the moment, stress about that in the next bit of the vlog. I then sprinted around the show jumping, and that is also a pretty interesting course. The course designers have been very clever. It's going to cause a lot of problems. You've like go over fence 1 and then 2 to 3 is on like a really ridiculously long full stride, so straight away you're there. And then you've got the doubles, which are both like really long one strides, so I'm hoping we can make that work. And then you have to come around at the end of the course a couple of related distances that are actually quite short. So it's definitely testing, you know, it's very clever. When you get long and flat at the end of the course, you're going to pay the price of that. Yeah, anyway, I'm waffling. Final thing to say is we've got Atti's dressage score back, which I'm really pleased with actually, considering, you know, that I wasn't the most pleased with the test. And usually if I'm not happy with the test, the judge definitely isn't. But we got a 34, which is, you know, probably in like our top 8 results at this level, so can't really argue with that too much. And actually what's really nice is that the whole course is very tightly bunched together. The whole section is really tightly bunched together. So yeah, pretty much everyone is within 2-3 poles of each other. So that is good. We like that. I think there's only like 2 or maybe 3 in the 20s. Everything else is in the 30s or 40s. So yeah, pleased with Atti. Now let's crack on and do some show jumping. I'm going to pause this vlog very briefly to warn you guys that you are about to watch the worst round of show jumps I have ever done. It's not the kind of thing I particularly want to share on my social media. I've agonised over this round a million times because you guys will have seen me jump show jump round after show jump round, and I don't think I'm an awful rider, but this was really poor. I did not respond well to Atti's extra excitement. I got stressed, I got rattled, and between us, this is not a good round. But I have ripped myself apart about it, so if you don't think you can watch this round without leaving criticism down in the comments below, please don't watch it. You can just skip through, you don't have to watch it. But anyway, I won't tell you to enjoy this round because you absolutely will not, but I guess it's important to show you that everyone has poor moments of riding, and this is really, really bad. That was not the round I hoped for, but you know what, I'm actually not too disappointed. It had to happen at some point. We've had a run of really good show jumps. I haven't had a whole pole all season, and last year I think that only happened once or twice. So we've had a good run, and I think there's a few things going on. Firstly, I rode badly. We did not quite have the warm-up I wanted. The warm-up went fine, but then we were waiting around for a little while. Went in, I think we're half asleep, knocked the first one, not knocked it, but like rubbed it. And I got flustered and I started riding awfully, like up and fast. Should have slowed him down, should have taken a check and gone from there. But it is what it is. It happens and I won't make that mistake again. I think he is very excited. The last time he would have jumped like a full course of show jumps will have been Hamilton, I think. So he is like buzzing, a little bit strong, a little bit not listening to me. And also that course was causing carnage. I didn't see anyone have less than 2 poles. So we had 3, could have been 5, you know, we wrapped a few. We've had a lot of luck recently. I really can't complain too much. It's taking the pressure off. I'm going to go and just school around across country. Not even going to look at the minute markers. I just have my watch on in the background and hopefully have that nice run that we need before Bishop's Burton.
First off and then come round to jump both. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Well, here is Flo Carter, Flo, and Auburn Dunn. Right, this lovely 14-year-old Dunn gelding. Currently on her second gap year. Flo, don't blame you at all. Heading off to Loughborough to study history in September. And she's a brilliant follow across social media as well. Go and check out her Instagram page. You can follow all the highs and the lows of the sport of eventing. She was actually watching in the lorry on her way down here a little bit earlier on today, just seeing how all of the courses were riding. And 34 her dressage, 12 to add from the show jumping. But a lovely expression on this horse's face as they come to the sunken road. See a great shot at that second element and kick on up the hill. Nice pat down at the horse's neck. Going on to the Saracen Horse Feed's Hallow Wall. Going down into the sunken road, this wall, and then the ground really slopes away. You've got to swing up the other side, just pick your way through between obstacles, and Flo does that brilliantly.
It's really raining.
It is. You can see the fence judges' lights have all come on as well, because now in cars they're all automatic, or a lot of the time automatic, and therefore fence judges don't have a lot of chance. But they've got the window screen wipers going as well to be able to see. Flo not getting the best of the weather.
Alfie, just open the door a second to see what's happening live out of it. Alfie Cohen, son of Sarah Cohen, is helping us with the graphics, and what a job he is doing here today. That is miserable. That is really miserable.
There is some brighter sky on the horizon, so I'm hoping it's going to come in rather than coming in the other direction. But the ground will be getting a little bit slippy here as well, a little bit greasy. Flo and Auburn Dunn very sensibly clear through Woodhenge. We were talking actually a little bit earlier on, I think it was yesterday morning, Spencer, when it was raining. Because the novice track has been ridden, does that make it a little bit grippier with the rain that's coming down?
It'll make it slippy again now. It's just how the rain falls on the dry ground. I spotted a bit of dust earlier on the landing of one of the fences, and then within seconds the heavens open and away we are back to square one again. And riders, you can see this little Dunn just flicking his ears and shaking his head because he's got a bit of rain in his ears. Galloping through this rain is like running through. I really, no one will remember the things that used to go on the doors to stop the flies and everything. But you know, it's so disconcerting. You can't really see what you're doing. And the horses, I mean, he's looking right, he's looking left, he's not looking where he's going at all. He just wants to get home, wants to get under the covers.
He doesn't look, I mean he does, but he doesn't look like he's you know, too disconcerted. He's still very much ears pricked.
Yeah.
And Flo's giving him a sensible ride. She knows that, you know, she's had the 3 down in the show jumping, so she's being a little bit careful. She's not making any, you know, rash decisions. She's not really chasing the clock. She's going for a confidence building run.
Yeah, she looks thrilled. Looks really.
And we're leaving Barbary after what has been a pretty hectic day, but I'm so pleased with Atty. I will probably debrief with you all properly tomorrow. Yeah, overall a good day and exactly the day that we needed ahead of this event. So I will regroup with you in a little bit, but we're on the way out, all soaking wet. Football starts in 40 minutes. I'm still at the yard dealing with horses, absolutely soaking wet. They might be coming home, but I don't know when I'm going home. Just want to get home. I'm not even a football fan, but anything is better than another hour in the rain. In case you hadn't realised by now, my new favourite vlog filming spot is literally sat on the back of the lorry in the middle of the field, so get used to it. But that was my Barbary vlog. It was a little bit touch and go at many a time whether it was actually going to happen, whether I was going to make it, whether it was going to go ahead, but I'm so glad we did because what a great day it was. I think the hero of this entire vlog has been my dad, and there's going to be a lot of comments down below wondering how I could be so foolish. So thank you, Dad, for helping this event actually go ahead, and it just served its purpose so well because I'm feeling so confident now for Bishop's Burton, which is super exciting. Just a very brief rundown of the day. The dressage, we got a 34. There were some really nice moments in that test watching it back. I thought I could have probably ridden like a little bit more accurately, and that there were a couple of bits that Atty perhaps wasn't really doing what I know he's capable of, but on the whole it was a pretty sweet test, and to get a 34 is great because that's kind of where I like to be at level, sub 35. Novice is difficult, novice dressage is difficult, so yeah, we'll take that for sure. The show jumping was a bit of a mess, not gonna lie. I knew it was going to be a course that caused carnage when I walked it. Like I said that to you guys in the vlog, it was definitely a tricky and technical course, and a lot of people had problems. Like the people that I watched before me all had stops and poles and all sorts, so I kind of knew I was pushing my luck thinking that we might not roll the poles. And then what happened is we had a little bit too long like walking around before we went in. We sort of turned off a bit, we rubbed the first one, it didn't fall, and I got really flustered and he got really flustered, and I just went too fast. Like I just reverted back to sort of like 2019 style flow where I just kind of rode fast to try and mask the fact that I didn't have the cans that we needed, and then I was holding and he was, and the whole thing, we weren't working together at all. It was a mess, but a good wake up call ahead of Bishop's Burton. And we've got area show jumping coming up for Pony Club Champs and stuff, so we're really going to knuckle down on our show jumping over the next few weeks, which is obviously just what we need. And the cross country was amazing. It started absolutely bucketing it down just before we went, and after having the 3 poles, the fact that it was, you know, a really important run for us to build on rather than to sort of like be competitive and it to look nasty, and the fact that it started absolutely chucking it down prompted the decision to run slowly before we even started. And that we did. You know, we came home with a lot of time faults which pushed us out of the placings, but it was the most fun round. Like you can see the commentary, the fact that there was a live stream was obviously like really cool, bucket list ticked off. But yeah, we actually had the most fun because I wasn't stressing about being against the clock, I wasn't stressing about like making it home quickly in slippery conditions. We just had a blast and we took all the direct routes, we tackled all the combinations, and I think we both had a really good time. It was definitely the toughest track that we've faced so far in 2021, and we both needed that. We both needed a challenge because both Moormore and Hambledon, you know, we'd run around those tracks before, so to go somewhere new, somewhere like Barbary where everything is hilly and undulating and difficult and based off of the 4-star course was just brilliant. had the absolute best time, and yeah, so glad that we got to do it. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Be sure to give it a little thumbs up and maybe leave a comment down below as well, and maybe hit the subscribe button, because there is a lot of good stuff just around the corner. Like I said, we've got area show jumping where we're going to hopefully try and do well as a team, because Pony Club Champs is on the line. There is obviously big old Bishop's Burton, and there's going to be a prep vlog for that as well, where I show you how we get prepared for that and talk a little bit more about exactly what it is, because I know a lot of you don't know, and sometimes I feel like I don't know either. So that is everything from me. I'll see you very, very soon. Bye!